Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we are looking at episode 2 of Yokai Apartment. Now, I do apologize, guys and girls. I should have had this out yesterday. I feel so bad about that. I had not slept at all Sunday into Monday, and it was, like reeling a little bit. But then I had to go do other things too, and I did see Spider-Man, the movie Homecoming, and I'll say this right now, it wasn't too bad. I don't think it's as great as some of the reviewers are saying it is, but I liked it. So I enjoyed my time with it. I thought it was good. I saw it with my dad. You know, I'll say right now, kind of in comparison, which is how a good way of segueing into this review, Yokai Apartment is doing it in very slow mannerisms, and I don't know if that's a great thing for it. I told people before that I know a lot of my friends are kind of, betting on me when it comes to this show getting better. And I'm trying to convince them that, hey, like, keep with it, it gets better. Because I know how the manga is. This is where some of the stuff should have been skipped from the manga. They did a good job near the end of the episode, but having all the character introductions in this week's episode was probably not the best way of doing it. Especially seeing that, these characters, some of these characters I know weren't introduced all in one fluid sweep. And they introduced them all in one shot in this episode, which was kind of odd to me. But, it is what it is. Really, the biggest takeaway from this week's episode was the fact that Inuba can actually use spiritual power. And the thing is that, Kuga, who's the one girl, or Akane, she can actually, sense that about him. She feels that he's able to use that power. And he did it when one of his friends from a club ends up getting hurt by a motorcycle. And to kind of save her, he actually ends up taking in the pain that she has into his own body. Now, he's lucky that Akane was nearby to take that pain out of him, because otherwise it would have kept kind of festering inside of him, and she says that it would have kind of made damage to himself because he took all of her pain onto himself. But it shows that he does have an efficiency with actual magic himself. Now, I don't want people to think, oh, he's going to be able to shoot like fireballs or lightning. Not in that sense. I mean, he's going to get later on a special item. I'm not going to say what it is because that's a spoiler, but he is going to get a special item that will give him certain abilities too. And I do hope that they do that, in a strong way. But I want to say, guys and girls, keep up with the show because, I mean, honestly, by episode 3 or 4, you should be able to tell what your thoughts will be for the show because I like it so far. I just think that this is like where you needed to skip certain elements. They try to focus a little bit too much on character introductions this week. It's a good thing in one way because that means maybe then you don't have episode 3 and 4 focusing on it because they've eliminated all the big characters. I'll say that right now. Probably the last one that's really important is Inuba's old friend that they're going to mention eventually, but I won't get too much into detail of why that's so important. But when right now as it is, I just think that you have to stick with it, and that's definitely a lot harder to tell people when you always see like 2 episodes and go, wow, this seems like it's really slow or really slow paced. Stick with it. Anyways, guys and girls, like I said, I'm so sorry for not having this out on time. I have another review coming out that's from yesterday, which is Restaurant to Another World. Listen, don't worry. Yeah, I'm not gonna leave it I'm not even gonna sell the whole pitch of like, oh, subscribe to my channel and stuff like that. I know these are out so late. I do apologize for that, but life comes to the way first. And I told you guys with that I really wanted to kind of step down from doing a lot of videos. I was doing a lot, especially last season, and I noticed that it wasn't worth it in the long run. So I'm going to do a little bit less when it comes to this. Today I have a whole bunch of videos because obviously I have to review these things, and then I also have the stuff that's coming out today, which I do plan on getting out on time, hopefully. And I think one other show comes out today, which is a cell phone show. I'm not sure about that, to the top of my knowledge, but I think it comes out today. So look forward to that too, guys. I'll talk to you all later. Have a brilliant, blessed day if I don't see you in my next review. Like I said, look out for Restaurant to Another World. It should be up relatively around the same time as this one, so look out for that. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.